Okay, there we go. Yay. While that was happening, I went ahead and saved and did all that cool bullshit. So, let's see. I can't wait to be on the new computer where that will hopefully no longer happen. And if it does continue to happen, I'm going to assume it's a problem with slobs, and then I'll just be sad. Anyway, onward.
あのさ、はじめくんのことを気をつけてやってくれよな。
Huh?
俺とか三男さんはなんだかんだ言ってずぶといところがあるけど、はじめくんはどんな時でも新選組が一番で、自分が本当にヤバい状況だってことにも気づかねえうちに倒れちまいそうな気がするから。
Oh, our sweet workaholic husband. Right. Once more, Heisuke bowed his head and walked away. He was right. Saito had quite the penchant for working himself to the bone. Saito. He was different than the other warriors. His tendency to prioritize both the Shinsengumi and, by proxy, Hijikata's orders was unwavering. Of course, no one considered it to be a fault per se, but it was becoming increasingly difficult to ignore that his dedication was taking a toll on him. Saito sacrificed his humanity for the sole purpose of protecting me. So if there was anything I could do to alleviate his pain, even just a little, I would do it. Heisuke had just mentioned that Father left some documents behind in Mipu. Perhaps if I were to visit my childhood home, I could uncover even more information about the Furies. That settles it. I would visit my home tomorrow. The very next day, I ventured to the outskirts of Edo in order to locate my old place of residence. A bed of overgrown weeds covered the yard, giving me the impression that it was left undisturbed for some time. If I had to hazard a guess, Father's study would be the best place to look for clues about the water of life. As I crept inside the musty room, I saw what looked to be a moving shadow, and I was startled. Oh no, did I just stumble upon a robbery? I nervously held my breath with my back against the wall, peeking slightly around the corner to see...
そこにいるのは誰だ?
Kill me. A familiar voice called from out the room. Could it be? No, there was no way I could possibly mistake that voice. It was... Father? Is that you? My heart suddenly sank in my chest as I called out to whom I assumed to be my father. The floor creaked ominously as the shadow approached me with slow, measured footsteps. After he stepped into the light, I saw him myself. It was...
千鶴、久しぶりだな。大人になったね。
Why though? Why though? Go away, Dad. You're not even our real dad. He's just been here the whole time. There stood my own flesh and blood. A wave of nostalgia crashed over me. Father! ran up to him instinctively, hugging his body tight for the first time in years. The faint smell of chemicals wafted from his clothes, a scent with which I was intimately familiar.
よく顔を見せてくれ。少し見ないうちにずいぶん娘らしくなったな。
Yo, Dad, that's kind of creepy. Or maybe it's just the context of this character saying it that worries me a bunch because we know what he's about. Brr! I'm not mad. I'm just kidding. I'm very mad. Anyway.
Yes! I was so overcome with feeling that tears began to form uncontrollably in my eyes. His warm, wrinkly hands reached to pat my head tenderly. Such a kind, familiar sensation. Suddenly, I was thrust back to my childhood, lost in the illusion that the years since I'd last seen my father were all dreamt while I slept cozily in my futon. Father, where have you been this whole time? His hands stopped their gentle patting. His smile, however, was as bright as ever. It was a smile I knew well. His lips moved with purpose as he spoke.
とある藩にかくまわれていたんだ。それよりもお前の話を聞かせておくれ。今まで一体どうしていたんだ？
As he desired, I told Father everything about my travels to Kyoto, up until the current moment.
Because of course she did, god damn it.
How I was under the watchful eye of the Shinsengumi, and all about what I had seen in their company. How I witnessed the crushing defeat of the Battle of Toba-Fushimi, and our subsequent retreat to Edo.
なるほど。お前も辛い目に遭ってきたんだね。
Well, you did kind of just like up and leave.
No, not at all. But I cut myself off before I could continue. Because as I was recounting my stories of Kyoto to him, I suddenly remembered all that Sen and Kazuma had told me. If I were to ask Father about those things, then I was afraid of hearing such rumors to be true. In all honesty, I was deathly afraid. The silence was deafening after I stopped speaking. It was Father who broke the silence.
千鶴、今日にいた頃、鬼と名乗る生き物たちと会わなかったかい？
You know. Maybe?
His question cut directly to the point I had hoped so desperately to avoid. I stared back at him intently. After a pause, I nodded, despite my reservations. Yes, I did. In my travels, I encountered 3 men who claimed to be demons. Kazuma, Amakiri, and Shiranui. Oh, and there was a princess as well. Sen.
なるほど。では、もう彼らから聞かされているかもしれんな。私はね、お前の実の親ではないのだ。
Cool, just come right out and say it. Sweet, awesome. Let's just get all our cards out on the fucking table right now.
His sudden confession rendered me speechless. This man wasn't my real father.
だが私は、お前を本当の娘のように思っている。
Yeah, let's have that frank and honest conversation. And also, this is the creepiest fucking face. I'm so scared right now.
いや、実の娘以上に大切に育ててきたつもりだ。
Hell.
なぜなら、
His tone suddenly dropped, losing all pretense, and I sensed a darkness within him. Feeling something to be off, I looked at him quietly. What I saw was his usual stern expression, but it was colored a tad differently than I was used to.
なぜなら、お前は風間様の妻となるに。
Time to run!
鬼の一族を再興し、新たな子孫を生み出すための大切な存在なのだからね。
Ew? He's always trash, just forever. We'll throw him right in the garbage with Enju's dad because bleh.
Father? Lord Kazuma's wife? Did my ears deceive me? Did Father just refer to me as Lord Kazuma's wife? At first I believed myself to be speaking to my father. But now this person to whom I was speaking seemed to be someone else entirely. Had Father always smirked so creepily?
これからこの国で大きな戦が起こる。徳川幕府は間もなく滅び、無秩序と混乱が日の本を覆うことになるだろう。人間どもが同族で争っている隙に、この国を我ら鬼の手に取り戻す。お前はそのために生まれてきたのだよ。
What? No? Anyway. He's crazy, and at least they are pointing it out this time.
Madness burned in Father's eyes as he made his grand proclamation. In this moment, I was reminded of something. There was a question I had asked him at the beginning of our unanticipated reunion. Father, where have you been all this time? A silence so thick I could hear my heart beat. Father's lips curled into a malicious grin before he muttered under his breath.
言ったじゃないか。とある藩にかくまわれていたんだよ。今後、徳川幕府に代わってこの国を動かしていくことになる薩摩という藩にね。
The ultimate garbage dad association. For real though. A certain domain, you know, hell. Seems accurate. But nope, he's just been chilling with Satsuma, who are allied to the Kazuma clan, that is. Not Kazuma the person.
A haunting chill shot down the length of my spine, and I backed away steadily from Father. This man was not my father. He may look just like him. I was unsure of what had happened to him since, but I knew this much. He was a changed man.
She actually says, gasp! That would be hilarious.
さあ、来なさい。風間様の妻。この国の新たな始祖となるのだ。
Sigh. Can we just punch him? I don't know. Where's the punch option? She screams no. I'm not gonna do that because it's late here, but you get the gist.
I hastily pushed Father aside and I sprinted for the exit out of the house.
Oh my god.
I have to escape by any means necessary. Whatever happened to change my father was still unknown to me. At the moment, I had no inclination to believe that he could possibly entertain a rational conversation. Until then, I'll have to return to headquarters. Just then.
こんなところにいたのか、千鶴。聞き分けのない子だね。
fuck right off, please.
Yeah. How? From what I remember, he was far behind me inside the house. How in the world could he have just appeared?
聞き分けのない子にはお仕置きをしなくてはね。
Oh, right. He has cool magical Oni powers when the fucking story demands that we don't get away.
Father's eyes flashed a brilliant shade of gold. What was going on?
さあ一緒に行こう千鶴。風間様と共に新たな国を作り出すのだ。
He's like extra psycho in this route.
Something sharp began to split from Father's forehead. It was the same inhuman horn that I had seen emerge from Amagiri's forehead all that time ago.
Zoom on the horns. Yeah, right?
Why? I was stunned in disbelief at what I was seeing. Unworldly was the only word I could conjure. Everything else, it seemed, was useless.
この角が気になるか。そうだろうな。
What? I'm just gonna move on past that.
鬼の血を引いているとは言っても、私の血はお前や風間様とは比べ物にならぬほど薄まってしまっている。鬼本来の姿になることすらできぬほど人に近づいてしまっているのだ。
Calm the fuck down, Kodo.
だが、落ち水が私の体に流れる鬼の血に活力を与えてくれた。
Oh. Yep, it just we're like diving right the fuck in there, aren't we? Less than an hour in and oh shit. It's fine.
どうだ、この美しき姿は。
What? What? I'm equation gifting right now, FYI.
Water of life. Don't tell me you... If my ears weren't playing tricks on me, then Father truly drank the water of life of his own accord.
さあ来るんだ、千鶴。
Ah, interesting. No, the Oni also, the Oni, if they go like full Oni form, get horns. So like Amagiri did. Chizuru does as well when she goes Oni form and like Soji's route at one point. It's like the only time we see that.
そして風間様と共に新たな鬼の楽園を作り出そう。
Father, who by this point barely resembled himself, let alone a human, snatched at my wrists. No! I made a feeble attempt to swat away his hand, but he was much too strong for me to reject. Somebody, please. Anybody. Please help me.
雪村、そのまま伏せろ。
The voice. I ducked reflexively just as I was told. Then I heard the chilling sound of flesh being split open by the cold hiss of steel.
な、に
Eat steel, Kodo, you motherfucker.
Father's eyes widened angrily, and he rancorously turned his back to see his attacker. Before him stood...
何故断りもなく勝手に豚書を飛び出した。
Hey, we did leave without telling anyone. Whoops. Good job, us. Thank God Saito's competent.
Saito! Why are you here?
江戸であんたが行きそうな場所といえば、ここ以外にあるまい。
Saito stared back at me sternly, shaking his head before turning to face my father.
あんたは下がっている。行動さんとは俺が戦う。
But
いいから下がっていろ。
his tone stung harshly, and without question, I stepped back as he suggested. All I could ask was, would he be all right? Saito possessed the strength and ability of a fury, but this battle would take place in sunlight.
やれやれ。親子の感動の対面を邪魔するとは無粋な人だ。
Oh look, he's pulling out the fucking ninja scalpels again. Kono is just cartoonishly evil. Sometimes. Most times.
Father let out a languid sigh before clutching what sounded like metal within his pocket. Then a silver twinkle glimmered in his hand. It was a handful of scalpels.
Like, how many of those does he keep on his person? What the fuck?
Father fit them between each of his knuckles, then he began to shout maniacally.
いいだろう。落ち水によって手に入れた鬼の力。存分に試させてもらおうではないか。
You know. Also, this is in broad daylight in the middle of fucking Edo. Are people not, like, wondering what the hell is going on?
As his voice bellowed loudly, Father shifted his feet into a fighting stance before whipping 8 scalpels toward Saito. Each scalpel was easily deflected by Saito with the swift flick of his katana.
Also, seriously, like, Naruto called, Kodo. I think you need to go back over there, you dumb shit. You are in the wrong fucking game. / anime.
Then, Saito darted closely around my father to slash at his exposed shoulders. Both shoulders spewed ribbons of crimson blood that splattered across the bed of leaves below. A display so gruesome I needed to cover my eyes. Despite my feelings regarding my father's deception about our relationship, he was still the man who raised me. The father whom I had loved nonetheless. But now that he had become a fury, these wounds merely tickled his flesh before they immediately began to seal.
危ないところだった。もし落ち水を飲んでいなかったら、あっという間に殺されていただろうな。
What a shame you aren't writhing on the floor in agony. Or dead.
引くつもりはないのか。今ので実力の差は理解できたはずだ。
Just as Saito had said, no matter what powers father had gained, he had no background in swordsmanship, which meant that his newfound strength could only take him so far. Father, however, gave no indication that he was willing to relent so soon.
引くだと？これはいい。この国の支配者となる私がお前たち人間を恐れなければならない理由がどこにあるというのだね。
What? He's like gone full fucking psycho. Okay. Anyway.
chuckled despicably, as if drunk from his own power, and then he hurled more scalpels at Saito.
I think Kodo honestly does believe that, yes. Full fucking Sanan.
愚かな。
Once again, Saito parried the flying scalpels. Just then, one scalpel in particular bounced off the tip of Saito's sword and ricocheted to pierce the chest of my father. Crimson blood splattered over Saito's clothing, the metallic sting of which hit my nostrils.
God, I hope we kill him here. I don't think we do. I don't remember. We have gone off the rails into shonen anime at this point, friends. That's how badass Saito is.
Being showered by that morbid shower of
God, that redundancy hurts me.
being showered by that morbid shower of blood made Saito's face scrunch in pain. And reading that line also made my face scrunch in pain. Suddenly, Saito's movements became strained, as if he were out of breath, and he glistened with sweat. Oh no.
おや、どうしたのだね。先ほどに比べて動きにキレがないように見受けられるが。
No, dude, he just wants to drink blood, so could you please kindly just die so he could do that? That'd be cool.
たったあの程度動いただけで疲れてしまうほど体力がないようにも見えん。
Also, please shut up, Kodo, please.
ということは。
Then Father's lips smacked mischievously. I watched as Saito winced wryly, then he quickly covered his nose with the sleeve of his kimono. There was no mistake. It was...
なるほど。お前も羅刹となったのだな。
Another evil laugh echoed from Father's booming voice, and he drove a scalpel into his right arm.
What?
Blood began to ooze slowly from the stab wound.
He just like stabbed himself in the arm? That's how I read that. Am I wrong? Yep, okay, yep.
Although he himself had sustained no injuries, Saito clutched at his body with a warped facial expression.
どうだ。血を飲みたくて飲みたくて仕方ないだろう。この血の甘さと温かさがどれほどのものか確かめたくはないか。
I didn't think Kodo could get more gross, but I think he just did. The Yukimura special attack. God damn it.
With each heavy breath, Saito stepped backwards, hoping to distance himself from Father's blood.
Welcome back, Julie. Kodo stabbed himself and is trying to tempt Saito with his blood because he's weird as shit. When do we get to kill this guy?
However, the scent had already done its work, and the temptation
Words.
had already begun trickling into Saito's frame of mind.
Yeah, I know, I know.
His fingers could barely keep their grasp on the katana, which shook nervously. Like Father said, Saito seemed exhausted, and his moves reflected that. He couldn't subdue Father like this.
どうしたのだ。 先ほどとはまるで別人のようだぞ。
Father smirked with glee, glancing at Saito to aim another scalpel before throwing it. Solace, whatever of it existed, was taken in Saito's speedy healing abilities, but it did little to soothe the sharp throb of a well-aimed stab wound. Saito winced as thick, viscous streams of blood formed around the wound. Mustering whatever willpower he could, Saito dug his heels into the ground, pointing his blade at Father. Battling under direct sunlight was enough of an arduous task for Saito, as the harsh rays burned the surface of Saito's pale skin. Saito persevered, albeit desperately, to fight. Where did such inspiring strength come from?
しかし人の身で落ち水を口にするとは愚かなことをするものだ。
Kodo, you were supposed to fuck off like many lines ago, dude.
お前たち人間の体は我々鬼とは比べ物にならぬほど脆い。落ち水を飲んで一時力を得たとしてもいずれは正気を保てなくなり、
Thanks, Dr. Exposition.
やがては人を襲うだけの化け物となり果てる定めだというのに。
The power of love and tofu. This is true.
よくもまあ修羅の道を選び取ったものだ。浅はかとしか言いようがない。
No! So what would become of Saito? If all was as father stated, was Saito destined to become a wretched monster that feeds on the weak and the helpless?
ああだ、悲しいだろう。絶望しただろう。
He's just letting words spill out of his pie hole at this point.
落ち水を飲んだお前はもはや人には戻れん。
He literally won't shut up, and it's super annoying.
人としての穏やかな暮らしなど望むべくもないのだ。
I sure hope Saito's gearing up to just stab him in the mouth.
いらん世話だ。穏やかな暮らしなど望んだことはない。敵地で刀を交えれば生きるか死ぬかどちらか一つ。命を惜しいと思うなら鼻から腰に刀など刺しはせん。
どこまでも強がりよ。いいだろう。どこまで本気なのか確かめさせてもらおうではないか。
Oh, without question. Saito has some of the best lines. Our boy doesn't talk much, but when he does, it is choice.
Father drew another scalpel from his sleeve pocket. I need to get the walkthrough up because I totally forgot to do that.
Oh no. Did I lose my Edo Blossoms thing? There we go, I found it. Hold, friends. I'm just trying to get to it somehow. We're almost there. Okay. Why does he have so very many scalpels? I don't know. And why they're in his sleeves? Because who the fuck knows? I don't understand anything about Kodo. He's just a psycho. I need to get a new mouse.
If I were to act rashly, it would only serve as a detriment to Saito. For now, I could only keep faith in his abilities. Then, a sudden visitor chimed in.
待て行動。
From the distance came a voice that startled Father, freezing him in place. I knew this voice. It was...
こんなところで何をしているのだ。勝手な真似は慎めと言明してあるはずだが。
Look at how fucking gigantic Amagiri is next to Kodo. I love it. Yeah, decent guy Amagiri. Our good punch clock villain.
天霧様。
すぐに戻れ。ここに来たことを風間に知られれば、お前はただでは済むまい。
Oh my.
ですが、あの男はすでに羅刹になってしまっています。
But so did you, motherfucker.
このまま放っておけば、後々厄介なことになるのは明らかかと。それくらいなら今のうちに。
I love Amagiri too. I just wish he had eyebrows.
私は風間からお前を連れ戻せと命令を受けている。
しかし、
もう一度言う。戻れ。
Amagiri's tone was biting, and he glanced sharply at Saito, who had still been panting in quick breaths.
この男ならば我々が手を下さずともいずれ自滅する。人間としても羅刹としてもな。それに行動。お前がこの娘に余計な手出しをしたことを風間に知られれば、義理の親子といえどもただでは済まるぞ。
Rather contemptuously, Father gazed at Amagiri as if on the cusp of a sharp retort, but...
Yeah, we definitely had a stint several routes ago where we took some screen caps of Amagiri and gave him eyebrows, and it was pretty fucking hilarious.
He said nothing. Eventually, Amagiri nodded and the two of them vanished like thin smoke into the mist. Saito let out a heavy sigh, showing relief as he sheathed his sword back into its scabbard. Saito, are you all right?
大したことはない。それよりも何故勝手に豚書を飛び出した。もし俺が後を追ってこなければ、そしてここに来ていたのが風間だったら、確実にあんたは連れ去られていた。
Okay, good point.
俺が羅刹となった後も昼間起き続けているのは何のためだと思っているのだ。
Saito's tone was cold, and I felt myself cower nervously from his implicit questioning. I apologize for causing you trouble.
詫びるのではなく、ここに来た理由を言えと言っている。
That is a cold look. Ouch.
Well, at first I contemplated how best to tell Saito, but I came here searching for clues on how to suppress the side effects that come with the Fury transformation.
何故だ。三男さんの命令で羅刹体の研究の手伝いでもさせられているのか。
No! It's just... You looked like you had been suffering in so much pain, Saito. And I wanted to help.
Hey, Kent! We've only been going for about an hour, give or take. Hour or two.
This response came unexpectedly to Saito.
いらん世話だ。別に辛くはない。
Don't lie, Saito. Yeah, you missed the cheesiest villainous garbage from Kodo, so maybe for the best.
But just now, you looked like you were in pain when Father's blood sprayed on you earlier.
仮にそうだとしても、あんたに一体何の関わりがあるというのだ。
It has everything to do with me. I mean, the reason you even have to suffer the consequences of being a Fury is because of me. I unconsciously tapped my kodachi tied to my hip. If I recalled correctly, as we were leaving Osaka, Saito purposefully handed my kodachi back to me. He indicated that if I were to use this sword with intent, that I would have his respect. But now, all Saito could bear to do around me was avoid my line of sight.
豚書を開けたまま来てしまった。もう用は済んだのだな。では戻るぞ。
I turned to get one last look at my childhood home, but afraid to cause even more trouble, I rushed to follow behind Saito, who'd already begun to saunter away. Just then... Uh-oh. Saito? Saito collapsed to his knees and I sprinted up to him worriedly.
なんでもない。静かにしていればすぐ治る。
No! All of the color in Saito's face began to drain. In fact, he'd looked the furthest thing from fine. Sweat dripped from what seemed like every pore in his body, and his pupils dilated to twice their size. He must need... You need blood, don't you? Are you having an episode right now? Saito spit out a wad of saliva, refusing at first to confirm what I'd suspected. With strained movement, he began to clutch his breast tightly as a method of dealing with the pain. I had never seen Saito in a condition such as this. If we remained out in the open, there was no telling who may stumble upon the two of us.
Well, if they didn't come while you were having a fucking ninja fight with your evil dad, I don't think they're gonna show up now.
Hurriedly, I grabbed Saito's arm and led him into the refuge of the house. What should I do?
Obviously, we're gonna give him blood. Do the saving thing as per usual. Oh my god, my cats just keep busting into the room. Hold on. No respect, I tell ya. And they're about to start punching each other in the background to ruin the atmosphere. This is fine. My cats don't understand when the appropriate time for Foley is, you see. We'll wait for them to finish their noisy nonsense. Okay, I think they're done.
Heisuke suggested the best way to cope with the symptoms was by drinking human blood. There was no time to dwell. I unsheathed my kodachi, sliding the cold edge of the metal across the tip of my finger.
Thank you for the weirdly appropriate timing. Stay hydrated, bot. Stay hydrated, bot is like on the watch for these blood drinking scenes.
Slowly, thick crimson droplets began to slide from the length of my finger before landing onto the wooden floor. I timidly offered my bloody finger to Saito, who had watched me sheepishly cut my own self. Saito, please drink my blood. Saito gave no reaction at first, and his brow furrowed as if he were wrestling in silent deliberation.
And yeah, I wonder if they changed from what it was in the original. Because it was very weird. In the original, she'd like cut her earlobe. It was funky.
Don't worry about this cut. I'm a demon. The flesh will seal itself in no time.
どうか
If you don't drink my blood, then you're only going to feel worse. Please don't think of me. Please. I watched Saito's mind work as I urged him to drink, and finally he eagerly grabbed a hold of my hand. He hesitantly put his soft lips against the open cut, sipping so slowly at first before sips turned to deep gulps.
And I don't know how that works on a finger, but okay. This is the weirdest line ever! But hey.
His Adam's apple bounced rhythmically as he sucked with more force, and then his breathing calmed.
Here goes Adam Blossoms with the really fucking weird lines again. You're welcome, everyone. Bendy straw? Oh god. I cannot. Yeah, okay. Something wrinkly fingertip, yep. They just get weirder and weirder.
See? You look far better. I'm happy that you took the chance. Saito's cheeks blushed and he scurried off to the side to avoid making eye contact.
傷はまだ痛むか
It is funny. There has to be a better way to write it, I swear.
Nope, it's already sealed back up. I suppose having my powers comes in handy from time to time. There was a pause and Saito scratched his head tepidly, thinking of ways to respond.
戻るぞ
He's just like, time to leave.
He delivered his suggestion curtly before stepping out. I knew that he just couldn't help himself, but it was understandable to think that drinking another person's blood was something to which he still required some adjustment. Of course, there was no better way to treat those awful symptoms, so I couldn't blame him at all.
Yeah, let's walk right back out of this conversation. Yep. Good call, Saito.
Saito and I had safely returned back to our base.
あ、斉藤さん、 雪村君、どこかにお出かけでしたか？
Sup, Shimada? All right, Ethan. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out as always. For real, Julie. Saito's like, nope. We're just gonna compartmentalize this forever and not deal with it.
Oh, Shimada welcomed us back warmly, but I wasn't sure how to answer his question discreetly.
雪村がどうしても外せぬ用があるというので、共に出かけてきた。
Fortunately for us, Saito knows exactly how to phrase it discreetly.
それより仲が騒がしいようだが、何かあったのか？
それがですね、近藤局長が戻ってらしたんですよ。
Kondo Dad is back. Kondo? Really?
ええ。これから合議が始まるそうなので、集まってくださいとのことです。
そうか、わかった。行くぞ、雪村。局長や副長をお待たせするわけにはいかん。
In the meeting room, Kondo, Hijikata, and the rest of the Shinsengumi captains had already gathered.
よし、これで全員揃ったな。それでは合議を始めるぞ。さて、新政府軍との戦については諸軍らも気にかかっていると思うが、我々の次の戦場は甲府だ。甲府城で敵を迎え撃つこととなった。トシ、説明してくれ。
俺たちが甲府に出向く目的は、新政府軍に慶喜公の標準の意思を伝え、奴らに立てつく連中から甲府を守るってことになってる。表向きはな。
だが真の目的は甲府城にて敵を迎え撃つことにある。もし今回の任務が成功したら、我々に甲府城をくださるそうだぞ。ここは気合を入れて臨まねばな。そうそう、今日は他にも諸君らに伝えなければならないことがある。
Kondo crossed his arms, gazing around the room in proud awe at each of his men. It was clear that he was building anticipation, ever the master showman. I cherished the times when Kondo would show his more youthful, excitable side.
なんだよ。言いたいことがあるんなら、もったいぶらないでさっさと言ってくれよな。
長倉君はせっかちだな。そんな調子では城勤めなどできんぞ。
Kondo chuckled at his own remark before clearing his throat to resume his more official tone.
なんと今回の任務にあたって俺は若年寄閣という身分をいただけることになった。若年寄といえば大名だぞ、大名。
Oh boy.
さらには大久保剛という新しい名前まで頂戴してきた。どうだ、勇ましいだろう。
Kondo blushed bright red with glee, and I had never seen him so enthusiastic before, but none of the other captains, Nagakura especially, seemed to share in his enthusiasm. Surprisingly, all of them looked dejected, as if they were given something bitter to eat.
というわけで早急に甲府行きの支度を進めてもらいたい。我々が幕府の方々にどう評価されるかは諸君らの働きにかかっているからな。期待しているぞ。それでは本日は解散。
As soon as the assembly finished, Kondo walked out with a spring in his step, whistling as he exited the room. Wow, Kondo sure is elated to have been given such an honorable promotion. fact, I don't think I've ever seen Kondo that happy before.
近藤さんはもともと小さな道場の道場主だったからな。働きを認められ、大名に取り立てられたとなれば浮かれもするだろう。
So if we win this battle, Kondo mentioned that we could keep Kofu Castle? So if that were to happen, then it would mean you and the other captains would start working within the castle, right? It was hard to imagine for a person like me, who had been born into civilian life, but for a reason I couldn't place, Saito felt less than thrilled about this prospect, and I felt bad.
俺には城勤めなどできん。できるのは人を切ることだけだ。
After saying that, Saito's eyes thinned and he gazed toward the sky, which was empty of stars. Thinking about it then, I wondered how Saito himself came to join the Shinsengumi. I'd been working with him for so long, and I realized I barely know who he is. But if I were to make the effort in asking him, then I'm sure he wouldn't have given a straight answer.
やれやれ。近藤さんは一体何を勘違いしてやがるんだ。俺は一度たりともあの人の家来になったつもりはねえぜ。大名だかなんだか知らねえが、舞い上がるのを大概にしてくれってんだ。
3、40年前ならいざ知らず、今の幕府にもらった身分じゃな。
Neither Nagakura nor Harada seemed excited by Kondo's news. Saito, I had noticed, seemed fixed on the two of them as they ranted, wearing his usual expressionless gaze. War was about to erupt. I prayed that everyone would return safely.
Politics. And I think we're gonna cut a little early tonight because tomorrow, well, later today in some cases, I have a game to run and I need my brain for that. And since we just ended a chapter, it's kind of a good cutting point. So, I will hopefully see a bunch of you here tomorrow when we do Promise Tree, the Ryutama campaign. We're gonna bamf out of there. So, tomorrow, Promise Tree at 12 Pacific? Yes, 12 Pacific. We're restarting that. Anna's in it. And a bunch of other wonderful, excellent folks playing the most wholesome kids. Off to do a little dungeon crawling, and it's gonna be good. And then later that night, we will continue this good stuff with Saito and see where it leads. So.
Aw, thank you for the bits.
I will see you all tomorrow. Rest well, friends.
Good night.